right, everybody, we're here at Origins, and I am with Sean Jacquemain. How are you doing, buddy?
Very good, very good.
Now, you are with CMON. No longer Cool Mini or not,
That's
right?
That's right, CMON. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds so much like Z-Mon.
Not at all.
Not at all.
You have to say it with
it's
authority.
CMON, not
CMON,
Z-Man.
yes.
Come on. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about what you guys have demonstrated here at Origins, possibly what we could be expecting in Gen Con as well. But what we also want to focus on a little bit is how you guys have been transitioning. I mean, everybody knows you as Cool Mini or not. They think of you as the Mini Skirmish Company. You guys make phenomenal miniatures.
Yeah.
But you guys are actually taking a little bit of a different adventure now. You guys have been going into Euro-style games, family-style games. Let's talk a little bit about that if you don't mind. Now, a few years back, what was your first impression? What game came out that made you think this might be a good audience to try to go for?
Yeah, so really the shift started with a little game called The Grizzled, which kind of came out of nowhere, and I think a lot of people were surprised to see that coming from us. Grizzled, World War II cooperative card game where you're working together to survive the horrors of war, although, and despite being a war game, not a single shot is fired. It's all about getting away with surviving some of the challenges that you would face and taking care of your friends along the way. So that was like the first one that really started to change our not really like our philosophy. Like, we'll always be big fans of our bread and butter games, but we started moving into sort of more Euro style games, more family style games. Last year, Potion Explosion was a huge hit for us. People like ate it up, and it's a game that like visually is so appealing and super accessible to people, and it almost has this video game like feel to it in bringing your different ingredients together to create the explosions and concoct your different potions. So I think that was a game that even non-gamers could just see and immediately pick up on.
I think gamers as well. I think it's one of those ones, like even with Carmen and I, we sat down, played Potion Explosion, and I was like, that's a lot of fun. It's like bubble pop games.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like bubble pop games?
For sure. This year at Origins, like some of the stuff we're showing off are some of our games that have more of a like Euro style feel to them. Lorenzo Il Magnifico,
which is definitely outside of what I would expect from CMON.
Well, I think that we're changing what people expect from us in general. Those big box miniatures games will always be our bread and butter. We love them. We love bringing them to our fans, but we also understand that there's a whole market out there of people who will be interested in different styles of games. And so Lorenzo is a different one. It is a worker placement game where you are the head of a noble family and you're trying to earn more prestige and raise yourself up the ranks of the prestigious people of the city of Florence during the Renaissance. So it's a tight engine building worker placement Euro game, which I think some people might be a little bit surprised to see come from us, but they can expect more and more surprises from us as time goes on. Unfair is another game we're really excited about. This is a theme park tableau building game where you're going to be designing a theme park, building different rides, and then decking them out. It's neat, it's fun, simple to get the idea of it, and it's mean. It's fun to...
It's a very take-that game.
It is. You
got to have a little bit of thick skin for this one.
You do have to. It is glorious and horrible to see your wonderfully created rides get destroyed as you go along the way, but it is a lot of fun.
Now, one of the ones that really caught me by surprise, just as much as Lorenzo del Magnifico, was Banana Bandits. That almost seems like we're going almost into more of even like the Potion Explosion, more deeper into the family, possibly even a younger audience.
Of course. Yeah, well, Banana Bandits is a game, visually, yes, as you say, very appealing. We're finding that certainly people are seeing it at Origins and from across the room and coming over. It's a 3D building where monkey or gorillas are fighting around the building, beating each other up, grabbing coins, and trying to trade them in for banana coins, playing power cards as they beat each other up. Very simple, accessible game for pretty much anybody to play, and and yeah, like definitely a family game. Like, I mean, I think like the visuals themselves will bring in like a lot of younger players, which is great for us because we have games that I think appeal to a older audience, and certainly we want to have games that appeal to that younger generation as well, because that younger generation is the next generation of gamers. So we're excited about bringing them into the fold as well. So Banana Bandits, another visual one is Gakkaido Bot Battles. So in this game, it's set in the future where bot battles is the sport of the future, and you're controlling one of your bots in the arena, Gakkaido. So you'll move around the arena and you'll roll dice to lock in attack commands. But this is the future, and technology is not completely, up to date. So your robot, while it is attacking another robot, may malfunction. So if you don't complete your attack, you'll actually do damage to yourself. So you have to be careful about how dangerous attack you set out to do. And the sleeper hit for us of this con, like it had started generating a lot of buzz before Origins, but really, like we've seen, like the interest has been insane for Ethnos.
Has it been surprising for you though?
I mean, we always had big faith in Ethnos, and like we knew, like as it started to get out to the audience, it
solid designer.
Yeah. Paolo Mori, great designer, beautiful art by John Howe, legendary J.R.R. Tolkien artist.
Except for the board. The board's ugly. Come on, admit it. Well, you can't say it. I know you.
People will say what they will say, but I like the board.
It's
personally.
functional, but it's not pretty. The art on the cards is pretty, though. I do agree with
I love the art. Well, the John Howe art, like, I mean, I love John Howe's art growing up, like covers of different Lord of the Rings books and whatnot. But so to be able to like team with him for the art of this game is like been amazing. So this game, what is so good about it is that there are 6 different there's 12 different race of creatures in the game, but you only play with 6 of them every time you play. So each game you have is going to be dramatically different, and these creatures' powers are so impactful on the game that if you take one of them out and put another one in, it's going to change the dynamic of the experience that you have every time. So very, very cool game with super high replayability. I think that's what people like about it. It's also one of those games that, your turns are very, very quick. You're either adding different tribe members to your hand, or you're playing down bands to try and add control to the board.
It's so funny you said that, because the first time I learned how to play that game, I had a friend who was teaching, and he goes, now turns go quick, and literally you would draw a card and just look at the card and it's in your hand, and then all of a sudden it's your turn again and you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing yet.
It's got that.
But it keeps your interest, and that's what's great.
Absolutely. Like it is a game where you are fighting over control of the board, you're planning your next move, and before you know it, it's over. It's like a 45-minute to 60 minutes games, but I really think that players who know what they're doing and understand the different powers of the races and how they relate to each other, games can just like zip by.
Now we've got another one that's going to be coming out. Now I can't really show footage on this one yet, because we do have a censor on this one for the moment. It will at the end of the month release, but regardless, The Godfather. Now when are we going to expect? Now this one is designed, I believe, in Eric Lang, right?
This is an Eric Lang design, for sure. So it will be in stores on July 28th, but CMON Play members, those retailers can get it 2 weeks early on July 14th.
Excellent.
So we're excited about this one. I think.
So you're a pre-Gen Con release on this. That's kind of shocking. I would have thought that would have been your big Gen Con game,
Yeah, well, what the thing is that a lot of people, like one of the reasons for that is a lot of people at Gen Con are going to be playing the game, tweeting out pictures of it, talking about it on social media, and we want people who can't get to Gen Con to be able to go out to their stores and get it right away. We don't want them to have to wait months for that. So
that's phenomenal. I wish more companies would take on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's nothing more frustrating to like see your friends at a big event and see them talking about a game that's so great, and then you can't get it for
another 3-4 months.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, but of course you guys are cool, mini or not, or CMON. We'll still stick with just CMON. You guys make phenomenal miniatures. We have, I believe, a Kickstarter currently that's going on.
Zombicide Green Horde is going on right now. It goes on till the 28th. So So that's been going very, very well. We've been really excited about that. Some excellent and interesting stretch goals have been unlocked, and then also some pretty neat add-ons, a couple different expansions and various different things like
and
that.
Of course, this is coming right on the heels of a very successful Kickstarter for Rising Sun.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rising Sun. Well, I mean, Rising Sun, again, beautiful design by Eric Lang. So the way he describes Rising Sun is like getting the band back together. It was the same production team, the same artist, the same designer as Blood Rage. And so like having that creative force together again has, again, produced a story that's like steeped in the same sort of cultural mythos of just a different culture. So like where Blood Rage was about Vikings, this is steeped in the culture of feudal Japan, which is like really interesting. Like it makes for like, of course, beautiful board, beautiful art on the cards, and then you can't help but love those miniatures.
So for everybody that's at home and they're probably asking the question, when are we going to get our Massive Darkness? Where are we at of Massive Darkness?
Massive Darkness is coming along. Like I believe there has been a recent update to the Kickstarter, so all the latest information will be updated on the Kickstarter. But I believe there has just been an update there, so that will be the best source for upcoming information.
One last thing. All right, so at Gen Con, you guys probably will have at least some new releases. Do you want to talk about any of that real fast?
So, I mean, the big ones that we'll have at Gen Con that we'll be showing off will be Godfather, and another one that we're really looking forward to is Modern Art, our version of Modern Art, which is the Reiner Knizia Classic auction game. This game has been so influential. So auction games are like a whole genre of games that we have out there, but this is one of like the grandfathers of that genre, and I think players are really going to see the influence of it, and we've updated it with actual artists, like brand new art on all the cards, and the cards are nice big chunky cards that really show off the work. And one of the things I like best about it is the art, the rule book kind of doubles as an art book with bios of the artists and like featuring their work in there. So I think that's going to be good for, I mean, both of those games, plus, I mean, many of the other ones we've talked about today.
Phenomenal. Thanks, Sean. I really do appreciate you taking the time to speak with us.
No problem. Glad to, yeah, I hope you've had a good Origins.